So hold on. It says Katt Williams reacts to feds finding a secret room in Diddy's Miami house. I didn't know about this. And, let's see if this is true or not. I wouldn't doubt it, but sometimes with these channels, things are a little over exaggerated. But, a lot of people been talking for a long time, especially Katt Williams, and people kind of look at him as a hater. Now they're just kind of like, whoa, he was right. So, hey, we here and we ain't wasting no more time. Let's jump right into it. Oh, no, they didn't.
Daddy, I know you had.
It's funny now, but we all know there's at least a pinch of truth in even memes, especially when said meme is backed by the experiences of several celebrities.
This is a handful of us that get to look behind the curtain. There's a curtain, there's another room, and there's a curtain, and in that room is some shit. You're like, God damn, I didn't know y'all.
I remember that.
Gets a tad bit more sinister when you find out Kevin's claims only scratch the surface of how bad the things in these secret rooms are.
He get they this videotape it. Then when he in the meeting,
this video right here, I could not stand this video. Not the dude talking, the other dudes. It's like he's over here trying to drop a lot of truth bombs, and they're just over here like, I felt like they know it's true, but they didn't want to admit. It's like they couldn't believe he was actually saying it. And the reaction they had to it, like cutting him off, not letting him finish. Dude, this dude, that's why it has to be bleeped out so much, because all the stuff he's saying.
They played a video of him getting by like 3 niggas.
The they he was talking about seems to have been Diddy, and that's according to one of the mogul's old bodyguards.
Katt Williams say, you just got to say no to Diddy. And it's a lot of people that couldn't say no.
Couldn't.
And they probably on tape.
Speaking of Katt, there's a lot more from where that came.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever all lies will be exposed.
Diddy's situation might be a broken record at this point because the record producer seems to have moved from hot water to a frying pan, and with the revelations that just got out about his home raid, he's in the fire itself now. We're in days that no one ever thought we would get to because, let's face it, this man is one of the most powerful people in the entertainment space. But it seems 2024 is really the year for the deviants to get exposed, as Katt Williams said. From the looks of things, it seems Diddy might be used as the example of what is to come for other big names of questionable character. He's been in trouble several times over the years, but the stakes are now a little different. Leaving aside the fact that everything that's now happening to Diddy was predicted by people like Katt Williams, who seems to have insider information on everyone, the rapper also hasn't been as careful as he used to be back in the day. How else are we supposed to explain the feds closing in on him now, even with everything that's come out over the years? Considering searching someone's house for crime-related reasons, even more so when they're a big-time celebrity, is almost impossible without damning evidence, Diddy is probably taking his last breaths as a free man. Now, according to the results of the raids on his home, it seems authorities have discovered certain things, like, say, a secret room for depravities. Again, this is one of the many things allegedly tied to Diddy that a lot of people may not be surprised about. The hip-hop world, in particular, is no stranger to the tales of Diddy's parties and how there are always special rooms for things that shouldn't be spoken of. Some of the people with these tales ran for their lives, while others indulged. But besides those who willingly walked into Diddy's parties to participate in the alleged freak-off said to be the order of the day, other people were forced in against their will. This might have been the story with Cassie, and as you may know, almost countless others who have accused the mogul of heinous crimes. However, here the authorities are, just randomly finding strange trashed rooms in this man's house. Does this mean they finally proved these rumors about him to be true? I'll tell you this. If the stories about Diddy and his room were truly just rumors, do you think a judge would have granted them the go-ahead to raid his home? Seems unlikely.
What happens is these guys open up a Pandora's box. They look for weird, exotic things, and somehow, in some way, it turns them on.
Think about it right now. You probably can't name one person who's more controversial than Diddy in not just the music world alone, but the entertainment industry as a whole. And do you know what they say about smoke? Where it is, there's probably fire. Looks like the fire Diddy has been making over the years is now coming right back to hunt him in the form of federal agents.
Somebody said
In case
something.
you may not be aware, rapper Sean Diddy Combs is currently in a bad situation, to put it lightly. Per the reports, homes belonging to Combs in Los Angeles and Miami were raided by officials from U.S. Homeland Security on Monday, 25 March. The rapper and music mogul, who is credited with helping launch the careers of artists including Biggie Smalls, Mary J. Blige, and Usher, has faced a string of varying accusations in the past 6 months, including SA. The news is now saying the raids are in connection with a federal ST investigation.
Search warrants being conducted there could indicate arrests being conducted. We just don't know at this hour specifically what that law enforcement action is.
NBC News cited an unnamed source as saying that 3 women and a man have been interviewed by federal officials in Manhattan, and 3 other interviews are scheduled concerning allegations of STSA and the solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms. So far, reports say, it remains unconfirmed whether Combs himself is the focus of the investigation, but an update on the case has painted a better picture of that.
Yeah, I saw this.
The Army of Federal Law Enforcement officers did a number on Diddy's LA home, and the video shows clearly the mansion was turned upside down. TMZ has obtained footage of the aftermath of Monday's raid on Diddy's Holmby Hills. Drawers were ripped open, belongings scattered about, documents strewn about, and safes broken into.
Where's the
Agents
Katt
had a
Williams
field
part?
day with Diddy's electronic equipment. You could even see pieces of computer and other equipment in pieces on the floor. It's clear the agent zeroed in on hard drives, which were seized during the raid. See, reports say that Diddy might have been keeping materials for blackmail against several people at his home, hence the thrashing of those rooms.
I believe it.
While you may think this is far-fetched for the authorities, word on the street is that the information about his secrets might have been spilled by some of the women who recently accused him. But it seems it's not just women he was blackmailing. If there's anyone that knows about this, it's Katt Williams. The reason Williams is such a big part of this story is that, for starters, the comic predicted all of these things coming to pass.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you, all lies will be exposed.
Back in January, Williams sat down for a tell-all interview with Shannon Sharpe on the Club Shay Shay podcast. Throughout the interview, the 52-year-old comedian dropped major bombshells about fellow rappers and other famous figures in the music industry. As Diddy is facing multiple allegations, Williams' remarks on the coming home rapper have gone viral on social media. In a video shared on X, formerly Twitter, Williams seemingly exposed Diddy in a cryptic statement. "I gotta protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about because P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no," he said, adding, "You gotta tell him no. I did. I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you."
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
Fans might think the man was adding his comedic flair to the interview when he said that, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, you could even say he might have
That video of him and his stand-up comedy in the green suit, he's talking about the parties when you go and, you know, those mansion parties and you open up a door and all that type of stuff. Just for those of you who don't know.
a little, as Diddy has been caught in that same position with other celebrities. The rapper has a history of hosting some of the wildest parties, and he stays looking for victims. Like Williams, rapper Fabulous could have also been one of those victims. Although Fabulous has attended several events in his day, it appears that he feels that some of those parties did not live up to the expectations that were set for them.
So Fab, how was your birthday, man? And what was your wish for this year?
Now, if you observe, Fabulous is surrounded by an obvious cloud among the crowd. He seems to be carrying an invisible burden, which makes us sympathetic to his attitude. He is quietly enjoying a piece of cake while projecting an air of seclusion. Moreover, he appears reluctant to meet the eyes of others around him, as if he is really uneasy. But Diddy kept questioning him.
My birthday was cool.
wealth.
Yeah.
To which Fab responded,
Like a good vibe more than like wanting for anything or like, you know what I mean? So I got a cool vibe. I
This
spent
was a
some
crazy
of the time
interview.
with my kids.
But the thing with Diddy's parties is that they're never really as they seem. According to someone who seems to have insider information about what goes on at these parties, these events seem to be less partying and more of collecting blackmail material. In that light, rapper Smart Guy recently got on a podcast to talk about how upcoming rappers get drugged at events, then get inappropriately handled, the party people tape it, and then use it to blackmail them.
He get they this they this videotape it. Then when he in the meeting, they contract, they play the video of him getting by like 3 niggas.
It seems this might have been what Diddy has been doing for years to remain untouchable in the industry. What's more is that these things are reported to happen in special rooms at these parties, a story that's been told by almost every major celebrity in the industry.
They need to get you high. They need to get you, very, they need to be able to massage you a little bit. They need to get that footage on you. They need to get the pictures. They need to get that video.
Coincidence? Yeah, I think not. This whole story becomes something slightly different when you realize Diddy isn't the first high-profile person to be caught up in a situation like this. 18th century U.S. President Thomas Jefferson reportedly had a secret room where he kept women as slaves below his home. Depraved as it may be, who's to say this might not also be the case with Diddy? It becomes much easier to believe when you take into account that close to a dozen people have accused Diddy of different forms of assault over the last 6 months alone. Speaking of his assault cases, as I mentioned before, it seems some of his accusers might have played a role in his home raid. If you paid attention to the suits brought up against him, many of them were from way back. It seems the reason it took them that long to speak out, besides his intimidating position in society, is the fact that he had blackmail material, maybe in the form of a non-consensual tape. Well, it seems the authorities are about to find out. Even fans know it. One person wrote, "The year of truth has come for Diddy. The installed are getting exposed. That's it. Goodbye."
I thought this video would be a little more detailed of Katt Williams talking, but again, it is what it is, man. We know that something's going on, but what we don't know is what they will tell us or how much information the public will get, because it's one thing for just us normal people to just speculate and say this or that, but you got so many people in the industry who have been speaking up against him. So we'll see. I think he's powerful, but he was put in position of power. They look at you look at a person like Diddy, and if you're an up and coming artist, he has so much access to, it's like he's one of the top producers to work with. So of course you're gonna want to work with Diddy, but next thing you know, I'm just saying for a person who don't know about him, next thing you know, you're stuck. But all right, man. Video was very repetitive, but I was just wondering it because there was a lot of clips in there. I'm wondering if y'all seen those. Go look at that Fabulous interview. Go look at that Smart video where he's in a barbershop talking. And if you haven't seen that Katt Williams stand up, he's in the green. It'll explain a lot. All right, peace out.